That's next, but first time for Countdown's number 2 story, tonight's worst persons in the world. The bronze to Congressman John Culberson, Republican of Texas. Now he claims Speaker Pelosi was rushing the stimulus through Congress because she is leaving at 6 p.m. for an 8-day trip to Europe. Pelosi's 8-day trip to Europe is part of a congressional delegation to the Vatican and a NATO meeting in Rome. Besides which, she said if the bill was not passed by today, she would cancel the trip in the House recess and that she and the House, including this Culberson clown, would stay in D.C. until they got it done. The runner-up, Glenn Beck of Fixed News, still arguing the stimulus is bad because it was like the New Deal, and the New Deal caused the Depression. His new tack, of course, the New Deal was bad. Of course it was bad. Henry Ford opposed it. Beck said that during the 30s, the National Recovery Act poster was so ubiquitous, quote, there were more of these in the windows of New York City than there were swastikas in Munich at the time of war. Ford actually said, I don't want anything to do with it. Funny you mentioned the swastika and Henry Ford, Glenny. Of course Ford didn't want anything to do with American recovery. Henry Ford was one of America's leading supporters of Nazi Germany. He published an anti-Semitic newspaper. He accepted the highest award offered by the Nazis a year before they started the Second World War, and he opened up Ford plants in Nazi Germany. But our winner, Jeff Frederick, member of the Virginia State House of Delegates and the infamous GOP state chair in Virginia, who with a reporter present, told McCain volunteers to remind would-be voters that Barack Obama and Osama bin Laden, quote, both had friends who bombed the Pentagon. Mr. Frederick reminded legislators yesterday that not only was Abraham Lincoln born 200 years ago yesterday, but so too was Charles Darwin. As they say, how many things are wrong with this picture?
Abraham Lincoln is best known, as you all well know, for freeing the slaves by issuing the Emancipation Proclamation, affirming in his Gettysburg Address in 1863, saying, "Our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal." Darwin, however, is best known for the theory of evolution, arguing that men are not only, quote, are only not created, but they are not equal as some are more evolved. Whereas Darwin's theory was used by atheists to explain away the belief in God, the last act of Congress signed by Abraham Lincoln before he was shot was to place the phrase, "In God we trust," on our national coin.
8 mistakes by Delegate Frederick in 49 seconds. 1, you meant known, not know. 2, Gettysburg. It's on all the maps. 3, Lincoln did not give the Gettysburg Address at any point in the 1980s. 4, Darwin never said that men are, quote, are only not created, but they are not equal. 5, that not there would mean you think Darwin was a creationist. 6, as more, some are more. Really, public speaking courses are now available at low prices these days. 7, Darwin was a fiercer and even earlier opponent of slavery than was Lincoln. And 8, In God We Trust first appeared on an American coin in 1864. The 1865 bill that Lincoln signed was either signed on the same day or before the one he signed, establishing homes for injured and old soldiers, and the one he signed creating the Freedmen's Bureau to give land to the ex-slaves. The chairman of Lincoln's own party in Virginia, who doesn't know shinola about Lincoln. Jeff Frederick. Come back when you're ready. Today's worst person in the world, Gettysburg.